Hello and welcome everyone to the latest episode in the Enqbator ThinkTenq Webinar series. And now, please enjoy our conversation with Enqbator's Director of Sales, Kyle Clemmer. All right, well, welcome Kyle Clemmer, both to Enqbator and to today's latest ThinkTenq webinar, as we discuss the latest upgrades to Progress's Sitefinity digital experience platform version 14.0. And before we get going, if you could, Kyle, why don't you give us a quick overview of your background and maybe also tell us a bit more about why you decided to join the Enqbator team.
Hi, Dave. I'm really happy to join the Enqbator team and to be invited to participate in the webinar. I head up outreach and sales at Enqbator, and this new opportunity has provided so many exciting opportunities over the past several months. We have some exciting developments planned for Q4 that I hope we can get the chance to touch on later, but for now, my background is primarily in industry marketing and advertising. So for over 5 years in my previous role, I was the point of contact for aerospace industry suppliers, seeking the eyeballs and attention of very large systems integrators like Boeing, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon Technologies, and others which make up the critical mass of readers in those online aerospace publications. I made the move to Enqbator because I saw what we were doing for our clients. Our attention to a deeper client relationship and focus on the partnership is core to our culture, but seems relatively uncommon among digital agencies, which is what really enticed me to make the switch. And the fact that we're partnered with Progress, the provider of the Sitefinity content management system, in addition to the highly flexible CMS that is Sitefinity, Progress also provides a lot of support and does its part to highlight and market projects that Enqbator has pulled off for our clients.
Well, thanks, Kyle, for all the great information about you and your role at Enqbator. You touched on the partnership that Enqbator has developed with Sitefinity. So I'm wondering if you can outline for our audience today the services Enqbator provides, along with, regarding that partnership with Sitefinity, and just how is Sitefinity different than any other basic content management system?
Yeah, so Sitefinity is our preferred CMS and the one in which Enqbator specializes. It's built upon the ASP.NET open source framework, and it's a great platform that minimizes IT complexity and allows us to help our clients create really strong digital experiences for their users. So Virgin Active, Aston Martin, April Air, Warner Ladders, Best Western, Dublin Airport, Crystal Cruises, Meals on Wheels, Infor, as well as some not so household brands like Terex Corporation, Georgia United Credit Union, Hughes Federal Credit Union, Escambia County, Florida, the Emergency Nurses Association, Cambridge Innovation Institute, and countless others. These are all brands that use Sitefinity as their website CMS. And Sitefinity is different from other content management systems in that it's extremely easy to work with from both the marketer's point of view as well as the developer's point of view. So the Sitefinity interface is so intuitive that with very little technical experience, one can accomplish many things without the help of an expert.
Well, thanks, Kyle. And Progress recently announced the launch of its latest version of Sitefinity, which they're calling DX 14.0. And they've already added, or Sitefinity rather, already has features needed to make a marketer's job much easier. And Enqbator has taken advantage of those features to help many high-profile clients. Some examples would be the Henry Ford in Dearborn, Michigan, Beaumont Health, Spectrum Health, Lakeland, and many of the Michigan courts with whom Enqbator is partnered. But tell us more, if you can, about the key features of Sitefinity DX 14.0 and how they could make a major difference for an organization seeking to improve its online digital presence.
Yeah, so at this point, I think it's safe to say everyone has recognized the unprecedented pace of change as users are increasingly seeking these online interactions instead of in-person ones. So nowadays, customers interact with brands through a variety of online channels, allowing those brands to swiftly deliver these hyper-focused offers and information to reflect their consumers' real-time needs. So companies leading in this philosophy are considered digitally mature. A recent study by Accenture found that digital maturity equals 26% more profitability, 9% more growth, and 9% higher market valuations. And a related Deloitte survey revealed the correlation between a company's digital maturity and its financial performance following a digital transformation project. On average, the growth rates for digitally mature organizations are 3 times higher than that of their less mature competitors. And time is of the essence here, as the premier market global intelligence firm IDC, they find that 85% of enterprise decision makers say they have a time frame of 2 years to make significant inroads into digital transformation, or they'll fall behind their competitors and suffer financially. So related to these IDC findings, Progress recently released some research findings from their survey of 100 IT, marketing, and digital experience leaders, which uncovered that 35% of organizations haven't implemented a digital experience platform, also known as a DXP, which you might hear me say throughout this presentation. They haven't implemented one of these solutions because the products elsewhere in the market are too complex, expensive, and oftentimes they include some level of features that will cost money but won't get used. So Sitefinity DX 14.0 was designed with the digital experience imperatives in mind. The beauty of this latest version of Sitefinity is that it retains the agility, flexibility, scalability, and overall user friendliness of the legacy versions, in addition to being cutting edge. So to your question earlier, I want to highlight some of the top latest features that will come with this newest version of Sitefinity. So first is data-driven marketing. The second will be seamless multi-channel experience management. The third, simplified system integration with low code. Fourth will be scalable global content and campaign delivery. And the fifth will be smooth page experience. So first, let's dig into data-driven marketing. So this will allow users to create campaigns or experiences that are informed by interaction history via comprehensive touchpoint attribution modeling. I know it's a lot of words, but basically this will drive more conversions and ROI using that historical data and that contextual data. The second feature that I'd like to drill down on is the seamless multi-channel experience management aspect of Sitefinity. So since Sitefinity DX 14.0 comprises a headless content as a service API framework, this allows marketers to seamlessly execute consistent, personalized experiences across their audience's key touchpoints, including any front-end device, social, email, chat, and more. So additionally, Progress developed its own AI-driven chatbot platform called Native Chat that allows organizations to offer quick and positive outcomes for website visitors. I think we're all probably familiar with the AI-driven chatbots that are really high quality these days. So this is their version of that. The third feature that I'd like to focus on with regard to Sitefinity 14.0 DX is the simplified system integration with low code. So this will offer the users expanded connectivity between the systems and processes necessary to deliver a well-orchestrated omni-channel experience for their users, or their customers, if you will. The outcome for marketers is reduced costs of implementation to automate the marketing operations. So this feature simplifies workflows, service hooks, and offers low-code integration with components of the organization's existing tech stack. The fourth feature, again, is scalable global content and campaign delivery, which allows individual editors to deliver content quickly and efficiently across channels with enhanced content synchronization capabilities. The feature offers comprehensive multi-site user group management. So this allows organizations to improve content governance for multi-site experiences across several business departments, units, locations, and brands. And the fifth one that I want to revisit is the smooth page experience. So this final feature ensures a pleasant visitor experience and optimized SEO rankings, higher user engagement, and conversion rates ultimately. The platform provides out-of-the-box support and resources pertaining to the newest Google page experience requirements that emerged in May 2021, like WebP image formats and adaptive image sizing, for instance. And I'll just finish here this section with a little quote from John Ainsworth, who is the Senior Vice President of Core Products at Progress. I think he said it best when he was describing the urgency with which Progress is responding to the digital experience imperative via Sitefinity DX 14.0. So he says, organizations can be confident that through integrated content and commerce, combined with advanced marketing insights and headless experience delivery, they can create omni-channel experiences that deliver the right content at the right time on the right channel. This is no longer a choice, but a must for those who want to stay competitive.
Well, thanks, Kyle, for the very detailed, drilled down explanation of all those great new features. And now that we understand some of these new features that come with Sitefinity DX 14.0, what legacy features of Sitefinity do you think have played a key role in driving success for those brands and enhancing the overall digital experience for their customers?
Yeah, so there are a handful of key features that I'd like to highlight regarding that question. So one legacy feature of Sitefinity is its API-driven architecture. I kind of touched on this in the last one. So as you mentioned earlier, Enqbator works with some very large organizations. And I'd say that the biggest advantage that our clients enjoy is the fact that Sitefinity is a headless API-based CMS. So what this means is that content that's created anywhere in Sitefinity can be pushed out to other systems elsewhere. With content management system design, usually engines are created first and then an API is later on after the fact. With Sitefinity, Progress's developers reverse the order. They built the API first at the foundational level and then developed the CMS around it in order to give it its flexibility. Enqbator can partner with any large organization with multiple data streams and databases and leverage this headless API functionality to bring everything under one roof. So an example of this, because I think I'm going to probably just put everything into perspective with some client examples, some real ones that we have. So first I want to focus on our partner, Spectrum Health Lakeland. They're in Michigan here. So prior to moving to Sitefinity, Lakeland was facing challenges to integrate its marketing content with physician credentialing data, locations, their health library, and the events calendar. The old platform didn't provide a way to reflect content changes and updates from one page to another. Utilizing Sitefinity API, the Enqbator team was able to quickly devise a solution by providing a drag and drop widget, which marketing now uses to quickly integrate multiple content types on a single page. Another legacy feature I want to focus on is Sitefinity's easy to use drag and drop interface in multi-site. So it's one of the best out there. The back-end users can accomplish the same amount of work with a lower number of clicks and screens. So for Enqbator, once we develop a new site, what used to take a few days to train now only takes a few hours. And I'll focus on Spectrum Health Lakeland again as an example here. So Lakeland manages about 25 different websites for its physicians and outpatient locations. These locations wanted a way to have their own unique internet presence. So for instance, navigation, the layout template, etc. Prior to moving to Sitefinity, managing these websites was a really tedious process where a marketing specialist would have to log in to each website and copy and paste content. With Sitefinity, the specialist can now drag and drop the same widget on multiple websites and easily make changes in one place, which updates the content in all of the sites. So it saves a ton of time for that team. Another legacy feature is Sitefinity's built-in security. So it's extremely robust. Single sign-on is inherently supported, as well as most cloud-based authenticators like OpenID, Azure Active Directory, also known as Azure AD, and Duo. Since we work with several major health systems and court systems, security is of the utmost importance. And I'm going to shift to another health system as an example here. So Beaumont Health, and specifically their health and benefits website. They wanted a way for employees to log into this website and tie their Active Directory for their login. The health and benefits site was external, and prior to Sitefinity, IT had to create a custom interface for the Active Directory integration. So with Sitefinity, this feature was built in. And the fourth legacy feature that I want to focus on is that Sitefinity is a completely web-based system. It doesn't require the user to install anything on their desktop. They simply access the CMS via their web browser. This is an advantage overall, but especially for maintenance, as upgrades and content updates can be installed and implemented remotely. We've focused a lot on health systems up to this point, so I'll show some love to our court system partners. focusing on the website for the Third Circuit Court here in Michigan. The court wanted a way for administration to make changes to their website from different locations. Prior to moving to Sitefinity CMS, this required an admin to install software that could access the server where the code was hosted and then make changes. But Sitefinity offers a completely web-based CMS that now allows the court admins to just use a browser on any PC and quickly make changes without having the need to install any additional software.
Well, thanks, Kyle. It sounds like a lot of great features that I imagine most people might not even be aware of that are there in Sitefinity. And I also imagine a lot of folks might still only see a content management system, as just a way to create a sitemap or update pages on a website. But obviously, we both know that's not the case. So what are some examples of creative ways to utilize content or integrate other outside data sources using Sitefinity?
That's right. So content management systems traditionally were focused primarily on creating sitemaps and updating pages and content on a site. However, what constitutes content has changed, as well as our ability to distribute it. Sitefinity provides a platform to distribute video content, blog content, training and educational courses via a learning management system, and so much more. So I touched on this health system's ability to allow a single user to upload content and have that reflected across all systems as a major feature in the previous answer. But other useful features of Sitefinity include personalization, the ability to easily develop highly effective taxonomy, and JIT compilation. And to focus on that last feature, JIT compilation, for example, if somebody in Benton Harbor, Michigan gets on Google and searches keywords like knee injury, Spectrum Health Lakeland might appear as one of the top search results. And when this user clicks on the link and navigates to the Spectrum Health website, Sitefinity CMS provides a mechanism for developers to detect the search keywords used by the visitor and then use that information to compile content from different asset groups like news, events, clinic locations, etc., that match the user's interest and embed them on the personalization area of that page to show content that the user is most likely to be interested in. So one good analogy I think that most people will be familiar with is Amazon's Suggested For You feature that personalizes product suggestions for additional products similar or maybe even supplemental to what you're considering purchasing at that time. And to address your exact question about an example of a project involving content integration with outside data sources, take the Spectrum Health Lakeland Health website. We integrated health library content from Crane Staywell, ER wait time from Epic clinical system, physician data from credentialing system, and marketing content from the website into one seamless organization of inter-embedded page content that is meaningful for the user all in one place. So this really saves valuable time and clicks for the user to find relevant content.
Well, thanks again, Kyle. So shifting focus a bit from a general overview look at Sitefinity's feature and benefits, how does a content management system, rather like Sitefinity, help in unique situations where the project involves more than just a corporate website? Any real life examples there of any work you've been involved with where that's been the case?
Yeah, definitely. So one example of the type of solution that Enqbator has put into place for its clients is a user or member portal. This type of project involves making sure that the solution is beneficial for both administrators and the users. So let's focus on the Beaumont ACO for an example of this. The purpose of an accountable care organization, an ACO, is to allow a network of physicians to come together, provide better, more holistic service for their patients. And the primary objective is for these physicians to communicate with one another and enable the seamless transition of patients from one physician to the next. An elbow surgeon passing their patient along to a physical therapist for rehabilitation. That's a good example. So Sitefinity gives Enqbator the ability to build tools and widgets designed for a particular use case. In other words, we can meet highly specific requirements that our clients articulate by building custom solutions powered by Sitefinity. After we build a new tool or widget, Sitefinity's drag and drop feature allows admins within the Beaumont ACO, for instance, to quickly update what content or functionality the physician portal will have at any given time. If a Beaumont ACO administrator wants the particular widget on the homepage or dashboard of the portal once the user logs on, it's as simple as dragging and dropping within the CMS backend environment. So Sitefinity is also a great solution for the Beaumont ACO team because we can implement, import, and assign roles and personas which were already in place at the organization pre-portal. So department heads, assistants to the physicians, etc. These roles or personas will inform which permissions that user has at their disposal. So specific permissions tied to specific roles for each of the different groups of people in the office and at a higher level within the ACO means that we have a built-in security from the jump. Furthermore, another aspect of the portal security is the login, logout aspect. Sitefinity has a built-in login security protocol which will reject illegitimate login attempts. So this paired with the authenticator compatibility gives the Beaumont ACO physician portal the highest possible security. And in fact, Sitefinity's security is so robust that we're able to meet the industry security standards for all of our clients. So that's HIPAA for health systems, that's LEIN for governments and courts, and PCI for all things credit card payments.
Thanks, Kyle. So there's a lot of talk out there about digital journeys and the digital experience. So one question that comes up, so say I'm a marketing or a top marketing decision maker at my company. Why would you say it's important to have a product like Sitefinity, in a team like Enqbator with the expertise to get the most out of it? But what more could I be doing as a marketer for my customers, and how could Sitefinity's features, the ones you mentioned here, how could those features help me get there as a marketer?
There are really two personas within most organizations that are vying for an enhanced digital experience and everything else that plays into digital transformation. If I put myself in the shoes of a top marketing decision maker, what I'm looking for is an intuitive and agile CMS that allows me to modify my website and add, take away, or modify the content itself. I also want to capture as much insight on my leads in order to design campaigns and an overall user experience that's seamless and converts a lead to a sale a lot faster and more efficiently. On the other hand, if I'm appealing to an IT stakeholder, the focus on Sitefinity's ability to scale digital experience delivery and management while optimizing security and performance so that it becomes a business as usual operation. Using Sitefinity will broadly reduce IT overhead and save resources that can be dedicated to other mission critical projects. And to the second part of your question regarding specifics, it's actually hard for me to answer comprehensively given the limited time we have remaining. I'll simply reiterate my earlier point that Sitefinity happens to offer a unique blend of usability, scalability, interoperability, and security, which contribute to its reputation of being one of the most desirable CMSs in the world. So if someone was interested in learning what more they could be doing for their customers, I would first thoroughly understand their business and their perceived digital shortcomings as an organization. Then I'd explore with them some of the leading examples of industry solutions that help meet or exceed the client's goals and zero in on the best solutions. Then we can devise a plan of how we would utilize the various features that Sitefinity offers in order to propose the highest quality and tailored solution. So after all that, once we've collectively agreed that all the requirements will be satisfied by that solution or set of solutions, the award-winning team at Enqbator will develop a detailed project roadmap that adheres to the client's deadlines. Once that's locked in, it's up to us to communicate every step along the way and ultimately deliver the final product on time and within budget. This is Enqbator's process in a nutshell.
Cool, thanks, Kyle. Touching a bit more on the topic of partnerships, kind of the overall topic, that partnership between a digital solutions agency and a digital experience platform like Sitefinity. Why is it important to have a trusted kind of Sitefinity certified partner when doing routine upgrades or switching, your current CMS completely over to Sitefinity?
Right. So before I answer your question, I'll say again that Progress designed its Sitefinity CMS with both the front and the back end users in mind. On the front end, Sitefinity offers a wide array of out-of-the-box functionalities that website visitors enjoy. But one of the benefits of Sitefinity that attracts companies the most is its back-end functionality. It's so easy to quickly and easily update content. Now, that being said, the planning, the developing, launching, testing, and training, all critical steps to establishing a new website, are bound to present marketing and IT professionals with significant investments of resources and countless challenges along the way. So whether one is redesigning their Sitefinity website or switching from another CMS to Sitefinity, partnering with a certified developer like Enqbator gives our clients peace of mind. If a client can articulate their requirements, we'll use existing and custom-built products to satisfy them, all within budget and before the deadline. But a freshly built site that satisfies our requirements is just the beginning of the journey for these companies. After launching a new site, the testing, the training, the inevitable ongoing maintenance, patches, and upgrades, these are often more significant than one would expect, which is why actually 100% of our clients choose to contract with Enqbator for at least another 12 months to ensure optimal performance from and engagement with their new site.
Right, and also, these days, I imagine, companies need to cater to so many different needs of their customers and all the different and unique ways that their users access this content and data, which you've touched on. But explain a bit more, if you can, how a partnership, like you were just mentioning, how that can help a company manage, or not only help a company manage its web or mobile content, but how it can provide all the tools necessary, for that particular company to reach its kind of the overall digital journey vision that it may have.
Yeah. So I believe I mentioned it briefly at least once at this point, but it's worth reiterating and elaborating on at the start of my answer here, just how easy it is to work with Enqbator. If a company can articulate the full scope and nuances of its business, as well as the requirements it has to satisfy the different needs of its customers and website users, we will build a solution that is tailor-made to meet those requirements. And to further reiterate, we'll deliver it all on time and within budget. Most companies are committed to digital transformation, but it's a journey that takes a relatively long time. Project complexity will require an implementation of one project aspect at a time, and mid-market companies have an average of 8 third-party systems and 10 fragmented data sources, all of which ultimately need to be integrated. This level of integration causes implementation to occur in a long-tail, phased approach, which can suck up resources and deliver slow return on investment. A team with insufficient experience with Sitefinity will have a learning curve to overcome, and that will reveal 2 major limitations as far as I can see. One, its ability to make the right choices about which tools to use for its site in the first place, plus it might not have the time to thoroughly explore and understand all of the available options. This gets at the heart of your question a moment ago. And the second one is its ability to efficiently maintain, edit, and upgrade the site for the several years that follow the launch. Though that'll also be hindered by a lack of experience. So the value that Enqbator's team offers is that we really put ourselves in the shoes of our clients. Through our partnerships, we act as an unhindered extension of a company's IT department, essentially. Most clients can easily articulate what their company's goals are with regard to digital transformation. But the first step of planning a new website aimed at enhancing the digital experience is very difficult. Getting back to Enqbator's process, we're there with our clients to thoroughly examine each element of a website redesign, for instance, in order to fully understand project requirements. We can then develop a roadmap for the client that is often easier to communicate and sell to their higher-ups. Some companies might risk it and choose to plan to develop and maintain their new website in-house to try to save money, but the irony is that the ability of the experts like Enqbator to develop a coherent and sensible plan that anticipates future challenges in the first place is where the higher return on investment starts for these companies. Not to mention all the great value offered throughout the development process and post-site launch. And I'll finish with a quick plug. I've got to do it. Enqbator was selected by Progress this year as the recipient of the 2021 Website of the Year Award. So this achievement really speaks to the quality of Enqbator's work as a Sitefinity developer, and anyone on the fence should schedule some time to speak with a certified developer such as us.
Well, thanks, Kyle, and obviously the plug is allowed. We will allow that, so all good, and great information as well. And the term digital transformation journey, I think it really does describe this entire process very well, as far as how a company can slowly build and expand on all of the great things it can offer its customer through its online presence. And obviously, a great tool like Sitefinity is going to help companies get there. So speaking of those companies, how can a company, either looking to embark on a new journey or looking to enhance a presence it's already established, get in touch with Enqbator to not only find out more about Enqbator, but all these great features Sitefinity offers?
Well, that's an easy one. We have a Connect with Us form that's easily found throughout our website. No matter where you are on there, you'll see it. Even if you're on a specific web page, that's a great way to give us a snapshot of your company, your role, and where you stand with regard to your company's journey to digital transformation. We usually respond to these requests within 15 minutes or so. So it's a really good way to get in touch with us and give us that background information. In addition to that, we'll also provide information on how to reach me or anyone else on the Enqbator team on a slide at the end of this presentation.
Well, thanks again, Kyle. And that wraps up another Enqbator ThinkTenq webinar episode. We hope you found all this great information about Sitefinity 14.0 useful. And in addition to the information Kyle's provided, we'll be including some contact information for both Kyle and for Enqbator at the end of this discussion. So thanks again to Kyle Clemmer, and on behalf of the entire Enqbator team, we'll see you in the next ThinkTenq webinar episode.